Am I the asshole for refusing to attend my best friend's destination wedding? My best friend and I have been incredible friends for over a decade. She was a bridesmaid in my wedding and put a lot of time, energy, and money into throwing showers, bachelorette parties, etc. Well, now she is engaged and is planning a destination wedding. Accommodations and all meals will be paid for. She stated that she does not want any showers, parties, or even gifts because she'd rather people put that towards the plane ticket. Tickets are about $700, $1300 round trip depending on the airline. It's a very small wedding of about 20 people, and we'd all be staying together on a large property for a week. I am saving to purchase a home in a few years and told my friend that I wouldn't make her wedding, citing 2 reasons. 1. Finances. 2. The fact that my husband can't attend. I brought these issues up to her and told her I wouldn't make it. She and my other best friend who is also attending said they would help in any way they could with the financial part of it. She said that the reason my husband was not invited was because of space. I'd be sharing a room with that other best friend and the fact that she doesn't know him well. Her fiancé has never met him, and everyone else that will be there is close family. She said even many close family members were not invited because of how small they had to keep it. She sent me a relatively upset message, saying that she was disappointed in my decision because she felt she did everything she could to help money-wise facilitate my attendance, but that I was unwilling to help find a solution. Am I the asshole for saying no to attending my best friend's wedding? While it's nice that accommodations and meals are paid for, I'd still have to find a dress and cover other various expenses along the way. Info. Resolve these statements. Incredible friends for over a decade. She was a bridesmaid in my wedding. With. The reason my husband was not invited was because she doesn't know him well. Why doesn't your incredible friend of over a decade who was in your wedding know your husband very well? You're the asshole. I was initially going to go the other way because destination weddings are often selfish, pay your own way setups, but I think you're the selfish one here. They didn't invite close family so you could have a spot, are paying for everything over there and are offering financial help with your ticket, and you're whining about a dress, after this friend dropped everything to be a bridesmaid at your wedding. You need to figure out what feelings are lying underneath this, because I see some jealousy peeking through. You're the asshole. I question how good a friend this person is if you're this adamant about not attending her wedding. The big expenses are being taken care of for you. A dress doesn't have to be at all expensive. That's you making an excuse. Your friend has done a lot for you. You seem to be willing to do zero. Find a way out of this altogether. Fine, in that it is your choice, but would I consider you a good friend? Probably not. This is such an obvious you're the asshole that I can only assume it's the best friend writing from her crappy friend's POV. Your best friend put significant time, energy and money into your wedding, and you can't be bothered to do a tiny fraction of the same for her. If you're still interested in having a best friend, you need to get over yourself and show up at this wedding. And just to add, it's totally reasonable that your spouse isn't invited to a 20-person wedding. They are probably excluding many people much closer to them than your spouse. Deal with it. You're the asshole. You accepted that she do so much for yours, now you won't do the comparable for her? BC your husband can't go? I mean, even the financial aspect isn't fair if you accepted it and she is taking care of the most significant costs. Like I would do so much to be at my best friend's wedding. And I have. It's crazy to me that a tiny amount towards a house is your reason. It's not an amount delaying by much at all. You're the asshole. While you can choose what you spend your money on, it honestly seems like you're grasping at straws for reasons not to go. They said they would help with money and that they only want you there. You must not care for your friend very much, because I would be devastated if I were the bride, having been there and done so much for you and getting absolutely nothing in return, not even your presence. You're the asshole. You don't want to go to her wedding when she did so much for yours. You can go without your husband is not you and you can do things without him. Why don't you want to spend some money on your best friend's wedding? Does she mean that little to you? You're the asshole if you consider this your best friend. Why does it matter that your husband isn't there? You aren't attached at the hip, right? Aren't you allowed to do things on your own? If you are financially unable to make the trip, you're not obligated to go into debt. However, citing financial reason when you're able to pay for it and are even helped out financially, will communicate to your friend that you don't consider her the same as she does you. You're the asshole, you're just making up excuses at this point. She's trying everything to help you out but you just don't want to go. She's a good friend and deserves better. Info: what are you doing for your best friend to celebrate the wedding since you won't be attending? Not the asshole. I love my friends but I am absolutely not using up a whole week's leave to attend a destination wedding where I can't bring my husband. We work our asses off to save our leave and cash for while I would want to see my best friend married. Holidays spent away from home are a luxury, they are a luxury both my husband and I like to experience together. Also, I always find it weird, no matter the reasoning, that people exclude someone's spouse from an invite. Couples are just that, a couple. You're the asshole. It's very uncommon for your meals and accommodations to be paid for. It does stink that your husband can't go, but it seems like you have another best friend that's gonna be traveling with you. Not the asshole. A lot of people are jumping to call OP the a-hole, but something clearly off with this post. $700, $1,300 may not seem like a lot, but we have no idea her financial situation. If she's working retail or living paycheck to paycheck, this is a big expense. Not only this, but you have to get a dress, worry about hair, makeup, and the biggest thing that nobody is talking about. It's a destination wedding for an entire week. Getting paid time off PTO is incredibly difficult and OP may want to use what little PTO she has with her husband. Though I usually side on the OP on situations like this, today I do think you're the asshole. It sounds like you aren't willing to put in the hard yards on this one. You're the asshole. So she put all this time, money, effort into your wedding because you're incredible friends. Now you're throwing a fit refusing to go because your husband, that she does not know, does not have space for, isn't invited. Wow. I hope she drops you as a friend. I am going to ignore the financial aspect, because she offered to help you any way she could financially. There is family not going, because it's so small she wants you there. Not the asshole. She clearly missed the point of all your wedding festivities that she helped with, since she's now acting like you, your husband, are not a package deal. No point in attending the wedding of someone so disrespectful of the institution of marriage. Not the asshole. Vacation time and money is limited. Most people don't want to blow it on a vacation without their spouse. Not the asshole. You can never expect someone to go to a destination wedding, especially not for a week, and especially not expecting them not to bring their spouse. Not the asshole. If someone wants a very small event that excludes spouses, that's a one-day event, somewhere local, and you go home to your spouse at the end of the day. No one gets to demand you travel away from your spouse for a week, share a room with someone instead of having any privacy, and then get all hurt if you pass on that. She is essentially denying that your life is real and demanding you choose her wedding fantasy over that real life. Surprised by all the YT votes. I wouldn't go to a wedding where my wife and kids weren't invited. Especially, if it was going to eat a week of vacation time. When someone decides to have a week-spanning destination wedding and aren't inviting SOs, then they can't be mad when even good friends decide not to attend. Not the asshole. You're the asshole. This might get downvoted, but after your friend spent lots on your wedding, I think it's a reasonable request from her. Going against the grain here, it seems. Not the asshole. Destination weddings are expensive, take a lot of time, and can be extremely stressful. No one should be guilted into a destination wedding. I am so sick of people choosing to travel and then getting pissy when others can't or don't want to.